everyone, my name is Joseph Wunderlich, and this is my building. Alright, so the name of my project is the Arts Housing Development Center, which functions as 3 separate buildings. And one is, first of all, a student housing for visiting students and foreign students, as well as a presentation center with an outdoor amphitheater, as well as a arboretum inside. The purpose is to give students an extra living space, to provide a shopping opportunity for students and a small cafe, and also give students an outdoor performance space, which our campus currently lacks. So here is the building and the contents. So I'm going to start with my site analysis. This is my plot of land right here. It is exactly 100-foot perimeter and 60,000 square feet. Currently there's a house right here, but the college owns this land. The lead points for slope preservation are 6. So right here I've worked in my design a workaround for this hill. This is actually a 20-foot slope of dirt and rock right here. This is all pretty much flat, but back here there is a wetland, so I wouldn't move past this. This is pretty much my area. And here's my location on the campus prospectus map by Dirk and Edson. Here's my location. It's at the end of Lemon Street, so it's a bit of ways from campus, but my plan is to create a walkway through the Bowers Writers house here for students to walk, and parking here on Lemon Street. So here are some nearby considerations. First, the Eton Giant grocery store, which most students who are here in the summer go to get their groceries. And hang on a second. The wetlands northeast of site, and walking connection to College Lane, which is where the Bowers Writers house sits. And here are some local trees on my site: black locust, Callery pear, and yellow birch. And here are some of the project considerations. So LEED Platinum rating is what I was going for. Building removed completely from the water grid with completely recycled power and all gray water recycled. And so here are my early drawings for my idea for the building. This is looking out from the cafe, or from inside the cafe looking outward. Here's a hallway, outside building plan, and the cafe again. So now these are the Revit drawings. So my building is going for an envelope-dominated shape with a complete cutout on the inside interior space. First floor has 8 two-person bedrooms, 2 handicap rooms on the right side, a cafe on the west side as well, and a lounge on the east side here. This is the entrance. The first floor has 8 doubles and 2 handicaps, which are singles. The second floor has 10 doubles and 2 handicaps, so the maximum occupancy for the building is 40 students. The first and second floors are essentially mirrored, and they use 2 room layouts. The first one is type A, which is predominantly on the east side of the building, which is a 2-bedroom shared room with a living room and a seating area and an enclosed bathroom. And then there's type B, which is mostly on the west side of the building, the angled side, which has 2 enclosed bedrooms, a seating area, a lobby, and a bathroom. So now for the Revit renders. This is inside of the cafe on the west side of the building. This is the exterior view from the parking lot. Exterior facing north. To the cafe again. And interior view of the loft garden. So this is the hallway on the east side of the building, or west side, sorry. And here are my sources. Any questions?
Let us look at one of your views of the building rather than your sources there.
Could you go over, Joe, what your inspiration for this building is, in the sense of the clientele or the group you're attracting to this facility? Would this be like an SDLC for arts type students, or?
Yes, visiting students and art students as well.
Okay.
You had a completely other design that you did too. Do you want to talk about that at all? Or you had a a different shaped building and a whole other design.
I did have an I-shaped building. I was still going for the same concept of an envelope-dominated building where every room, every dorm room had its own window and as much light as possible to get the extra lead points. But I decided not to use it because the capacity was too small and it was hard. It was getting really cramped to fit ADA requirement, width for the hallways. So it was hard to get that. That's why I decided, this is the third iteration of the building actually. This is the third design, which I decided to go with because it had the most handicapped rooms and the most rooms total.
Do you have any images with you of the other designs?
No, I don't have those. It was pretty much like this, but instead of being an A shape, it was more of an I shape without all this extra stuff. So this would just be the main
There's
building.
access into that atrium area, I see one door.
Yes.
Is
There
there,
was actually.
and there's a cafe too, so is there seating out there for the food? What's?
Yes, this is seating for the cafe.
And can you sit and eat or study out in the atrium?
You could, yes. Oh, you're asking?
I mean, is that the part of design to?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
What's the feature to the top right there? Is that like an
That's an
outdoor
amphitheater.
seating area?
This is
like
the
a
outdoor
classroom
amphitheater.
amphitheater?
Just be like a presentation space.
Yeah,
Which way is north up on this one?
North is exactly this way. So this whole building is facing southeast, north is this way.
Oh, okay, so you're bringing all the sun in.
Yeah, that was the idea. That's why this is a slant. It's actually, like I was saying, it's an eye.
Towards the sun.
But I decided to do this to get more light from the video. East.
Could you go back to the site there, Joe?
Yeah.
I get straight in my head where that's at.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty far. It's pretty far located from campus. Right here.
Yeah.
So you know 11th Street when you're driving down College Avenue?
Cherry Street's the next street up there.
That's Cherry with the writers, huh?
Writer's house is right here.
A little further.
No, it's.
Oh, sorry,
It's
that's
right in
right.
there.
There it is.
That's
It's a
Cherry
path.
Street there, see, I didn't know we had that property.
But you did consider that Cherry Street's going to be a new access, right? So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
And are you saving trees? You mentioned trees that you designated. Are you going to build your building and save those trees?
Yeah, well, some trees would be removed for the site, because we do own a bit of that property, but the wetlands and most trees would be preserved. Just a few, maybe like 200 feet of tree, or 20 feet of trees probably be cut right here. I know that actually. So here is the property, and so this could be leveled a bit. We could keep these. And we could replant them around here where we're not using that.
Joe, can you go back one more on this, yeah, okay. Right over that where the site. So it sort of sits right above where.
Right there where there's arrow.
Yeah.
Right in the corner of the site analysis words. Right?
Yeah. So that was Writer's house, and then this is my property.
Very creative.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good job.
One more thing, Joseph. Did you want to show the Hoover?
Oh, sure.
He got commissioned to do a project for the business department, and
Yeah.
he made these renders, and it's not officially part of the class, but it's parallel with the class, so.
It's sort of related. So this is something I did for the Elizabethtown Hoover building. They're redoing their lobby. I did this for Mr. Chocalon, the head of the business department. This is the lobby. And here are the end lounges. This is the proposed changes, the renders I did, and 3ds Max. I wrote it. This is the East End Lounge. And this is the West End Lounge.
Did they get a grant for this? I haven't seen this on the radar of the,
If you find out, let me know.
or when I get one.
Joe, are there any structural changes? Or it's
No,
mostly
all
interior
aesthetic.
design?
All aesthetic.
Yeah, it's much better light. It's such a cavern in there.
One student described it as like sitting in the principal's office.
Yeah, it is. It has an unfortunate sort of 1930s feel to it. It's so dark. That's much brighter. Nice. Some interesting lighting there too.
There you go.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, thank you.
Very good.